Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is a very crazy one in my opinion. I know I say that like every video, but this one's actually insane. So hope you guys enjoy this story time. Leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it, and let's jump right into today's story time. So today's story time topic is about a crazy girl, okay? A very crazy girl. And I'm not saying that lightly, okay? I don't use that word lightly. This girl was... Well, I'm just going to tell you about it in the story, okay? This story all starts off as a normal day in 2018. I'm sitting in my room on my computer, having just a nice, normal, great day. You know, nice weather outside, had the window open, nice breeze coming in, smelled like summer. And I get a text from one of my friends. Let's call his friend Ryan, okay? Ryan and me, we've been friends for a long time. And Ryan was dating this girl. And I did not like this girl that Ryan was dating, okay? I didn't like her one bit for many reasons. But the main reason being is she was just so mentally, I guess, abusive. They get into fights all the time, and she would get in his head and kind of threaten him and manipulate him. And that was all I knew, but I'm sure there was more stuff she was doing that was not cool. So yeah, needless to say, I did not like his girlfriend one bit. Now he texts me on this summer day, and he goes, yo, man, can I come sleep over tonight? And that was very unlike Ryan. Ryan wasn't like a sleepover type of person. He didn't like going to other people's houses for the night. You know, he preferred his own home. He had his own apartment. And I asked him, I'm like, why do you want to sleep over? Like, you have your own place. He's like, dude, my girl wants to sleep over tonight. And I don't want to deal with that. Like, I'm just trying to stay somewhere else so I can have an excuse to not hang out with her. And I'm like, dude, if she's that unbearable to hang out with, just break up with her. He's like, dude, it's not that she's unbearable. Like, she scares me. And I'm like, all right, man, like, no need to explain yourself. I totally understand. Like, she seems like the scary type. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you need. He's like, thanks, man. So fast forward a couple hours later, he's staying at my house. He's at my house. He's in my living room. He's playing on my PlayStation. And this girl is spamming his phone. And he showed me some of the text messages. They were all along the lines of, are you really going to bail on me tonight? Like, you're staying with Austin instead of your girlfriend? That's pathetic. Like, what's wrong with you? Is he really better than me? And I'm like, yo, Ryan, she talks about me like you're about to marry me, man. Like, what's going on? And he's like, dude, I'm telling you, she's crazy. I'm like, are you ever going to just break up with her? And he's like, you don't get it, man. Like, I care about her, but at the same time, she scares me. And I'm like, I get it, dude, but I don't think it's healthy for you to stay in this relationship. He's like, yeah, man, I'm working on getting out of it, but it's really hard. Like, she's a scary person. I'm like, fair enough, dude. Take your time. So anyway, fast forward to the next day. Nothing else really happened. Ryan went back to his apartment. And I told Ryan before he left, I'm like, yo, man, if you got to come back here at any point, like, feel free. You're always welcome. He's like, thanks, man. So yeah, he leaves, he goes back to his apartment, and I'm just sitting in my room on my computer. And later that night, Ryan texts me again. He goes, yo, man, can I stay over again tonight? Something happened between me and my girl. I'm like, all right, man, for sure. So fast forward 20 minutes later, Ryan shows up to my house. But this time, something's very different about Ryan. He's got like tears in his eyes are all red. He looks super distraught. I'm like, Ryan, what happened? He's like, dude, I don't even want to get into it right now. And he looks like really upset. And I'm like, all right, man, I totally get it. But if you want to talk about anything tonight, feel free to talk to me. Like, I won't judge you. Like, I'll just listen and, you know, try and help in any way that I can. He's like, appreciate you, bro. So fast forward like an hour or two. We're just sitting on my couch. And he still just looks so upset. And I'm like, Ryan, man, please tell me what's going on, man. Like, you don't look right at all. He's like, dude, we broke up. I'm like, you did? He's like, yeah, man, but not in a good way. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, she was sleeping over tonight. And I tried to break up with her. And she walked out of the room and she came back in with a knife and threatened me. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, dude. And he pulls out his phone and he starts showing me a video of this. He shows me a video of her holding a knife to him, threatening him. Like, you're going to leave me? You really want to leave me? See what happens if you leave me. And like just threatening to basically take him out if he dumps her. And I'm like, yo, is she still over there right now? He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, call the fucking cops. That's your place. She's not on the lease. She's trespassing. He's like, dude, I don't want her to like hurt me. I'm like, all right, you stay here. I'm going to call up some friends. Now, this next part of the story time, don't ever do. If someone ever threatens you with a weapon of some sort, just call the police. Don't like, you know, try and outsource and deal with it yourself. Like, just call the cops. Anyway, back to the story. So I tell Ryan to wait there in the living room, and I walk into my room and I call up some of our good friends. And I'm like, yo, Ryan's girlfriend's gotten out of hand. Like, she threatened him with a weapon. She threatened to basically end him if he tried to dump her. So we need to get together and go over to his apartment and make sure she's gone so that he can go back home safely because he's terrified to go home right now. And my friends are like, dude, like, that's fucked up. Like, of course. So 3 of my friends came to my apartment immediately, and me and them all got together in my friend's car and went to Ryan's apartment, and we left Ryan back at my place so that he could stay there and be safe and just relax. And Ryan was terrified. Ryan was so worried that we were going to show up there and his girlfriend was just going to be sitting there with a knife or something, like waiting for us. So I can't lie, we were pretty nervous too. Because this girl, like I said, a little bit crazy, like wouldn't put it past her to just stay there and guard the apartment with a weapon. So me and all my friends get to the apartment. The door is unlocked. We walk in, and immediately upon walking in, I yell out and I'm like, "Hello, is anyone here right now?" And nobody responds. So I'm thinking the place is empty. So I flick on the lights and all my friends walk in more, and the place is trashed. Like, there's broken glasses everywhere. A bunch of Ryan's stuff got broken. There's things just all over the floor, all broken, all fucked up, like completely ruined. And I immediately FaceTime Ryan and show him everything that's broken. And he's like, "Yeah, man, it wasn't like that when I left. Like, she must have done that after I walked out." So after I FaceTime him and show him all that stuff, I hang up and I go back to looking around the apartment for, anybody or anything. And then I get to Ryan's bedroom and I go to open the door and the door is locked. And I knock on the door, and I'm like, "Is anybody in there?" And I hear someone sobbing, like crying in the room. It sounds like a girl, like a witch from Left 4 Dead. And my heart immediately drops because I know who's in there. It's Ryan's crazy girlfriend. So I knock on the door again, and I'm like, "Hey, are you in there?" And she goes, "Get the fuck out!" And all my friends walk over up to the door just in case she opens the door and, tries to attack me. And I'm like, "Listen, we're just here to nicely ask you to leave. Like, we're going to have to call the cops if you don't." And she goes, "Oh yeah? I dare you to try and make me leave. I dare you. I have a knife." And me and all of my friends just look at each other in silence. And I'm just like, "What the fuck do we do?" And my friend's like, "I don't know, man. Like, we should get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "Agreed." So me and all my friends silently walk away from the apartment. And I leave the apartment and I call up my friend Ryan. I'm like, "Ryan, she is locked in your room with a weapon. So I'm not going in there." He goes, "All right, dude, just call the cops." So that's what we did. We called them up. Cops came, told them the whole story. Ryan came and met them. He told them the whole story. And they went to the apartment and escorted her out of the apartment. They then tried to ask Ryan if he wanted to do anything about this. And Ryan didn't want to. So he just wanted her back at her house and far away from him. And yeah, after that, Ryan blocked her number. She called him unrestricted about, 70 times after that. But he just kept ignoring her. And he got a new key and new locks to his apartment so she couldn't show up. And yeah, Ryan basically lived on edge and paranoid for a few months. But luckily she didn't show back up. She stayed far away. I think she knew if she tried anything else that she would get arrested or, a restraining order or something. So that's good that she didn't do anything else. But definitely one of the scariest girls I've ever known in my entire life. But yeah, after this, Ryan went on to find a new girl that he was dating for a while who was much more not crazy. So that's good. And yeah, happy ending, I guess. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the story time. I thought this was a crazy one. I hope you guys did as well. If you enjoyed the story time, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace. I'ma pace on back. I don't wanna look back. I don't want it like that. I've been going too fast. All the girls like that and the